Today I'm gonna react to watch-related TikToks. At least things that have anything to do with a watch.
Some of them are cringy, some of them are pretty. I think you'll like them.
Is it also something that adds value?
Yeah, hopefully.
No, it is what it is. See, you say you need a cliffhanger at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, oh, so much value.
Oh yeah, so much value. Smash the thumbs up button on this video as well. If you want to buy or sell your watch, prideandpinion.com. We're looking for a lot of big pieces. If you have expensive Pateks, if you have expensive VCs, if you have expensive anything.
If you've got a massive piece.
Juicy piece, I want to buy them from you. Or if you want to buy a juicy piece, prideandpinion.com. Let's get stuck in the video.
Can you get a Rolex for under £3,000? Of course, 6427s, 6694s, 6426s, but this is my favourite, the 1002. But what makes it so good? Well, considering it's from the 1970s, it still looks relatively modern. It's an Oyster Perpetual with a 1570 caliber. It's simple, but it's very effective, just like Rolex in general. Another great advantage to this watch is the solid Oyster Link bracelet. It just helps give it a little bit more of a secure feel, especially if you're not a fan of those vintage folded links. It's a 34mm case, which looks great on an Oyster. Just for reference, my wrist here is about 6.3 inches. The smooth bezel and the mix of polished and satin.
What is this drama music behind? What is this background music?
I just love these little simple Rolexes so much. An awesome watch at an awesome price, $2,800, available with the link on the screen. DM us if you're interested.
So let me give you a bit of an idea, right? Do not buy anything that is cheap from a luxury brand. You always get shit. Always. I really want to own a Ferrari. I really want to have a Ferrari. So what is the cheapest in the world I can buy? There's a reason why they're cheapest in the world, yeah? Because there's usually problems with them. With watches, it's identical. It's probably problems with the movement. Parts are swapped out. I would never buy a watch, ever, from a luxury brand that is the cheapest in the world, because I know there's something wrong with that watch. Genuinely. Don't ever go to Chrono24 and eBay and buy it yourself. Unless it's from a dealer that is reputable, I wouldn't buy it.
People think Cartier's new Santos Dumont Rewind doesn't make any sense because it tells the time backwards. But nobody's mentioned this fun fact which makes so much sense. You see, the whole reason clocks go clockwise is because time was first recorded in the northern hemisphere based on the sundial. As the sun rose in the east and set in the west, the shadow would go in a clockwise direction, which is why all of our clocks and watches go clockwise. Cool, right? But if we followed the sundial in the southern hemisphere, then the sun's shadow would have gone counterclockwise, and in that part of the world, a backwards clock actually makes sense. And this watch is inspired by Alberto Santos Dumont, a Brazilian aviator, and Brazil is located in the southern hemisphere.
No, it's annoying. It's to make money and to stand out, and they certainly did. I don't like it. It is what it is. And then it's a mad story about reverse timekeeping hemisphere, why we should read the time from right to left. Finally, something that I'm gonna enjoy. That is so amazingly satisfying. I enjoy that. It's cool. Appreciate that. I'm grateful for this account for sharing that with us.
What do you think of the watch?
Ellipse, beautiful. Ever since Patek Philippe brought out the new Ellipse this year, I'm a wee bit obsessed with it, to be honest. And I would love to own one. Like, I'm getting sucked into this hype of Cartier and small pieces and Piaget and now Ellipse. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it? I would have that now above a Nautilus, for sure. But I think that that's also becoming more of an adult. I think that's also something, your taste changes.
You're talking about watches. Am I going to inherit that beautiful green watch, Mr. Greeny, on your wrist?
You don't even know what this is.
Yes, I do.
You don't even know what watch
Yes, I do. It's a model number 5905P014. I guess I deserve it.
Let's see how it looks on you. Let's see how it looks on you. Well, this is what I'll do. You know what? I'll leave that watch for you.
I'll inherit this watch?
Yeah. Why do you like it so much?
Because it's so beautiful. It's green.
Yeah.
I love the band.
Yeah.
What do we think, guys? Does it look nice?
Dude, that watch is so sick.
It looks great on me too, just saying.
I think there's 25 of those in the world.
Oh, seriously?
I will give you this watch when I'm not around anymore.
You done this on purpose, didn't you? I have a very clear thingy against Mr. Cardone, which is if someone preys on vulnerable people, they shouldn't have a platform at the first place. So Grant Cardone makes his money of vulnerable, insecure, and unknowledgeable people by buying their courses. 10x, let's 10x your money. And he has a lot of these minions, one of which actually is in Belfast, trying to sell his courses, his certified courses, to then, it's one big pyramid scheme or multi-level marketing. Allegedly. That watch was bought by the money that was handed over to Mr. Cardone by vulnerable people that wanted to make something of themselves, and they followed someone like that. I have never met a single person that became successful because of this gentleman. If there's 10 people in a class or 10 people following a course, and there's one person that is a success because of what this guy says, he's still harming 9 other people. That means that he's doing more harm than he's helping people. And for me, that is unacceptable. Don't ever buy a course. This is not helping anyone, bar Mr. Cardone and his family. I don't even want to talk about that watch.
Entry-level luxury watches from some high-end brands. This is a very personal choice, and ultimately it depends on your lifestyle, the types of watches you like, and of course your budget. But here are some in the
I like to see so many new creators. Like, I know he's not massively new, but there's so many cool new creators coming up on the scene. I like that. Talking about our subject, that's the most important thing.
Probably one of the best bang for your buck is a watch like the Tudor Black Bay 58. You get a brand with a rich history, incredibly built, all the way down to the chronometer certified in-house movement, and a fantastic value overall. And if you wanted, this could easily be the one watch for the rest of your life. Longines might not be the first brand that comes to mind when you think of luxury watches, but have continued to over-deliver in any given price range. Sure, you might find slightly better specifications and sometimes finish from brands like Tudor and Omega and some others on this list, but at a much more approachable price point, you could pick up an updated Longines Conquest, an excellent do-it-all watch with a blend of sportiness and elegance that could easily transition from a day at the office to an evening out. And when starting to dive deeper into the world of luxury watches and the history behind some of them,
you cannot go wrong buying Tudor, you cannot go wrong buying Longines. I would also add, there's also good possibilities where you can buy, for example, a Chopard for below $2,000. Not bad, class, right? Chopard is considered not entry-level luxury, proper luxury. Like, there's many possibilities. Speedmaster, I find it very boring because, I mean, I'm a bit finished with Speedmasters and stuff. I get it, but it is what it is. I would look at independent brands as well, like small brands that are actually making their cool watches. Give you an idea, Man, really, really cool. Below $1,000, you buy a proper watch. Like that stuff, I would add that, but no, you're absolutely right. Can we skip that now, yeah? Yeah. Great investment, mate. You just made £15,000 by buying a £2,000 watch. Guys, it doesn't work like that. Buy a watch because you love it. Buy a watch because it means something to you. Buy a watch because you want to enjoy and join a new hobby. But don't buy a watch as an investment. Yeah, certain watches go up in value, but not watches that are as accessible as Tudor.
Never buy designer watches.
I like that guy. I've seen him a few times. I think this is a cool dude.
Armani, Gucci, Boss, Burberry, Versace. These may all be brands that are highly respected in the fashion world, and many people wear them in order to obtain some of their prestige. However, if you buy watches from these brands, all you do is showing you have no understanding of watches and that branding is more important to you than quality. Watches from these brands are simply trash. They may look nice, but in fact they are cheaply produced, almost all of them are battery operated and are basically worth nothing after a few weeks.
To clarify, battery operation doesn't mean a watch is really bad. There's a lot of good and incredibly battery operated watches made by incredible brands like François Paul Journe or even the Aquanaut, the ladies Aquanaut, some of which were battery powered. The Rolex Oyster Quartz in the 70s and 80s, even in the 90s. Like, there's several variations of quartz which are good, but yeah, I know what you mean. With quartz, I mean battery powered. Quartz is a crystal together with an electricity that is being gained from a battery. That crystal can create a frequency that allows us to tell the time or to showcase the time.
Don't get me wrong here, neither do I have anything against battery operated watches, nor does everyone have to have an interest in watches like I do. But what I do have a problem with is that with these brands you're paying exclusively for the name on the dial and getting absolutely nothing in return.
That watch, what you see here is a Versace watch. There's no usage of precious metals in this watch. That watch in a factory in China is probably costing about $12. It says Swiss movement, Swiss quartz. Don't believe that that is worth anything more than $25 all in. And they sell it probably for 300, 400 quid. Don't buy any fashion brand watches. right? Don't buy a watch in the same shop where you can buy clothes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah, that makes me smile. I love that. What a watch, mate. I love the Reverso anyway. I love the Reverso. I'm a wee bit disappointed with Jaeger LeCoultre. I think the brand is not heading towards the right direction. They haven't put much effort in their movement in the last 5 years anyway. You see that. The quality control, the quality of the finish, some machine stuff, and you see it. But this is special. This is cool.
Watch brands you need to avoid if you don't want to waste.
Oh, Ben, good guy. Yes.
The first one is this brand called Movement. You've seen people popping around. You have one of your friends wears these. They're terrible. Like $500. They will break in about a couple weeks. Next brand and really associate of brands are Original Grain. For any watch brand that puts wood in their watches that aren't wood dials, you've seen stuff like this. You've seen them in markets. You've seen people wear them. They're terrible. It's hard for me to even put into words how bad they are. Now, a brand that looks good but is terrible is Daniel Wellington. I, for some reason, get a lot of people asking me about this. I used to get a ton of DMs, but people realize I hate them, and for good reason. This brand is one of the biggest memes in the watch industry of people hating outside of like Hublot. The last brand is Pagani Design. I know you've seen them.
Pagani Design. That is proper ripoff of every other watch brand in the world ever. But you can't call it a fake because it doesn't bear that logo. It bears the Pagani Design logo. So Pagani Design is stealing every design.
What's this? A lie. What is not Rose? You're tripping. I mean, I bought this because I like tennis. I like tennis. So how much was it? Why do you care? Why are you? Bro, I'm just curious. Huh? I'm just curious. What are you curious about? How much it was? Let's just say I could spend like a little over a dub to be a dub. Nah, good. What's a dub? Like 20K? You know, something like that. I feel like that'd be worth more than 20K if it was real diamonds. No, you think so? I mean, yeah, I know. I feel like, right? Yeah. So you never made payments at all? No. You win the timepiece trading, they do payments. I don't do payments. I'll show you all my wires. I turn my watch in so I don't do payments. Look, actually, I would not like to make payments. Look, there was this YouTuber that said that's like renting. There was this YouTuber Nico, whatever. You know Nico, that watch guy. He said like he did a whole video about me saying like about my watches and stuff, saying how like he's like I bet he doesn't own a single watch. I bet he just like timepiece just lets him hold on to. No, he's like I want. He's like, be real. How many watches do you own? I think 7 or 8. Rose gold one.
It's funny that it's really becoming a thing. Like you're making payments and stuff. Jackie, it's fine, mate. I have my cars on finance too. It's a wiser decision. It's a better decision, by the way, because I use that capital to properly inject in other businesses. So it makes money, passive income, which I think that passive income I can pay off. You know what I mean? So you don't have to be embarrassed about that. A couple of days ago, we posted a video where I reacted to Jack Doherty. I made a statement that I believe that he doesn't own any Richard Milles. And he says he does. Like, if you don't own them, if you own them, if you don't, if you what, like, it's fine, bro. Like, you're all right, son. This is clearly a very touchy subject, to be honest, because, like, Neil sent me a message direct as well. No, he does. He confirmed. Yeah, he always pays. He always... Relax, lads.
There was this YouTuber that said... That's like renting. There was this YouTuber, Nico, whatever. You know Nico, that watch guy? He said, like, he did a whole video about me saying like about my watches and stuff.
Didn't do a whole video about you. It was like 2 minutes, lad. But listen, maybe he does own them. Neil sent me a private message that he does send the wires. I'll give him that. It's also not my problem. And that's the beauty of it. I see a type of behavior. I analyze that behavior. I give my opinion about that behavior, and then it's done for me. I don't give a f***, to be honest. I don't give a f*** if you paid Neil, if you have it on finance, if you have brand deals with him, which I think you have, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're a smart kid. I know you are. I'm not going to lie. His content is appalling, to say the least. He's making dough somehow.
Yo, if I need to get the cops again, I will. No, it's fine. All right, I will. I will. So I don't care. Bro, stop trying to one on. I want to see my ID. I don't care about your ID. Take a walk, dog. Walk. You take a walk. 1 in 30 rich men call it fake, man.
Right. You know how this works? Product placement and stuff, yeah? He's causing this fight, yeah? And there's this security guy coming in, yeah? We've seen that, yeah? What's on the hat of the security guy? TPT logo. So what is this? You see what I did there? Nothing against TPT, by the way. Yeah, just to clarify that. They're great people.
1 in 30 rich men call it fake, man.
R30 Richard Mille.
I think we can identify the watch by just going to TPT's website. We see which watch they have for sale. The Richard Mille RM30 Mexico edition, limited edition, 30 pieces. There you go. Found it on TPT's website. Still for sale. So that video didn't sell the watch. Fair enough. Product placement done at the best. Don't be embarrassed. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Jack, there's nothing wrong with that. And TPT, well done for putting your name out there. I respect you. But don't try to fool me, like, I mean, call bullshit, bro. I know how this game is played.
Okay, that's right. 3, 2, 1. Bruh.